All right, I'm going to give it a minute or so to see if anyone pops in. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started so we can make sure we stay on time. So thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type any questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions happening, so please be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. So thank you again to our wonderful presenters today for participating in the virtual college exploration for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. So I'm going to turn it over to them.
I believe you're muted, Chris.
I was muted. There we go. That's the life in 2020. Someone's always on mute, right? Anyway, today's presentation is Think Big, Choose Small. It is a collaboration between Concord University, Fairmont State University, and Shepherd University. We are all smaller regional institutions in the state of West Virginia, collaborating to showcase what we offer here in West Virginia, both the competitive advantage and tuition benefits, as well as the unique small campus experience that we offer at a private school feel for really more of the state institution or state budget process there. So just a quick introduction to our location. Fairmont State University is located in north central West Virginia, about 1.5 hours south of Pittsburgh. Concord University is located in southern West Virginia, just over the Virginia border in southern West Virginia. And Shepherd University is located in the Eastern Panhandle, kind of sandwiched between Virginia and Maryland, also with easy access to Pennsylvania and of course the DC metro area as well. So once again, very quick introduction of our panelists. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Alan.
Absolutely. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Alan Smith. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at Concord. I'm also a Concord University graduate. Glad you all could join us. And of course, there's my contact information, and feel free to jot that down, take a screenshot, whatever you need to do, and contact me at any time with any questions.
Thanks, Alan. And my name is Chris Sharps. I'm the Senior Director of Recruitment at Fairmont State University. And once again, contact information is there on the screen, and I will hand it off to Will.
And my name is Will Bell, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Shepherd University. And again, just like my two co-presenters, my contact information is there. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks a lot, Alan and Will. To get started today, we're going to talk a little bit about campus size. And there's far more to campus size than what meets the eye. And I'm going to go ahead and hand this one off for coverage.
All right. So, of course, one of the things I think when you're looking at a smaller regional institution, obviously, is the size. And every school, of course, is not for everyone. But, of course, we feel that there are some benefits to attending a smaller school. And one of those reasons is, of course, being pedestrian friendly. So it's easy. It's always easy to make it from point A to point B. If you have a class that ends at 9:50 and another class that begins at 10 o'clock, it's very easy to get to that class on time. You don't have to worry about allotting extra time in your schedule to catch a tram or a PRT to get from one point to another. You don't have to worry about that breaking down or anything. All you have to do is just walk from A to B to C. So once again, very pedestrian friendly. And you can get around campus very, very easy from any spot in probably 5 to 10 minutes at the most, just by walking. One location at our campuses, so you don't have to worry about going all across town for the sciences or another side of town for your Englishes, languages, and literature courses. It's all compact, all located there. We still offer all of those different buildings, your fine arts, science, your athletics facility. All of those things are still there, or still here, I should say, but you don't have to worry about leaving town for them. It's actually all very centrally located and very convenient for you. Less planning time, I think that just goes in hand with what some of the bullets I've been talking about. That's more time in your day, because time is money, that you can allot to do whatever you need to do, extra studying, recreational time, to go out and take care of things you need to do. Also, we do allow cars on campus, so parking is not a problem. I know I can speak for Concord, and Will and Chris can speak for their institutions, but parking is not a problem. Maybe at the 10 o'clock time slot for commuters, it might tighten up a little bit, but it just means you may have to walk a few extra steps. But we do allow you to bring a car as a freshman. At Concord, we only charge you $50 for the full year, or $25 a semester to park your car. And we actually encourage you to do that. So those are just some of the things that in terms of the campus size, which we'll also kind of touch on a little bit later on with some other aspects that are related to the campus size. But those are a few things I wanted to touch on.
Thanks a lot, Alan. And next up is Will's going to talk to us a little bit about the student to faculty ratio and class size that you'll find at the smaller institution.
Thanks, Chris. So one thing that you will hear us talk about a lot if you come on a campus visit is that you're not just a number. That's something that we preach over and over again to our students. And I think our students really feel that regardless of the major that they're in. So whenever you come to a small college or university like ours, you will hear that a lot. So just be prepared if you come on a campus visit. And what we mean by that is our student to faculty ratio is usually small and our class sizes are small. So your professors are going to get to know you. That means that when you miss class or if you need help on an assignment, they will be there to help you and you can go to them for help. So we do have small classrooms. Our classrooms are usually only seat about 20 to 25 students, and you may have less than that in your classes, especially as you go up into your 300 and 400 level courses within your major. You may only have 12 or 15 students in those classes with you. And even in the lab sections of biology or chemistry, physics, whatever the science may be, those labs are going to be small as well. So you'll be able to do all the experiments, work with all the equipment. This is going to help you if you're looking to go into pre-med or grad school or get a job right out of college. You're going to be able to go to your future employer or to a med school interview and say, I've done this work in these labs. I've worked with these equipment before. I've done this research with this faculty and I've presented this research at a conference. You're going to be able to do all of that because at a small school, you get those opportunities. You don't sit in a lecture hall with 100 or 200 or more students with you and watch a graduate assistant or a teacher's assistant do the experiments. You actually get to do all of them. So as I mentioned before, you're going to get individual attention from your faculty. So this individual attention is both good and it can be bad if you're not performing as well as you should, because you're going to have faculty members that will reach out to you and say, hey, you weren't in class today. Is something going on? Can I help you? Or you didn't do well on this assignment. Can I help you? Do you want some help? Do you want to come for some tutoring? But also if you're performing well, if a professor or faculty member sees that you have some potential in certain areas, they may recommend you for an internship or may be able to assign you some research somewhere that you can go and again, present at a conference and put that on your resume. But they're also going to be your advisors. So your advisors are the ones that are going to guide you through each step of the way when you up to earning your degree. So they will be advising you, helping you register for classes, and they will be the ones that, again, will be teaching you in the classes, and they'll also be the ones that will guide you along the 4 years that you're in colleges and in any of our colleges or universities. This also, because we're small, you're going to have access to these labs and other facilities. One example that I have from Shepherd is we have a robotics lab on campus that students can go in. They don't have to be a computer science or an engineering major to use it. We have a club specifically for it. You can go in there, 3D printers and all different kinds of things. You actually have to build all of the parts for it. So you're going to have all of these different facilities and different things that you may not have access to. But you can have access to those types of things at one of our colleges or universities. So again, you're not just a number at one of our schools. The professors will know your name, even if it's just a general education English course. 4 years down the road after you graduate, that professor is going to know you and they're going to be at your graduation, and they'll probably give you a hug and say congratulations, because you kind of become part of a family, and they want to support you. They want to be with you every step of the way that you go till you complete your degree, and even after you complete your degree as well.
Yeah, all very, very good points, Will. So next up, we're going to talk a little bit about clubs, activities, and organizations. And when you're one of less than 4,000 students on a college campus, the campus is large enough to have the best opportunities, but still small enough to make a huge difference in your life, as well as the work toward your degree program. When you aren't one of 10,000, 20,000, 30, or 40,000 students on a college campus, your interests, your talents, and your skills can really take center stage. You don't have to sit around and wait your turn. You don't have to wait around and wait for upperclassmen to graduate in order to move into leadership positions, whether that is in music ensembles, on the theater stage, or in leadership positions in clubs, activities, or organizations. You have the chance to jump in feet first in your first college experience. When you consider life on a college campus, you really have to think that it is so much more about what happens outside the classroom in terms of your lived experience, and then of course your academic experience inside the classroom with how you're preparing for a career. Whenever you're in various clubs, activities, and student organizations, you have the opportunity to apply what you're learning in the classroom outside the classroom, and that's such a huge step in learning to live the challenges that you'll face in your career. You have the opportunity to develop lifelong friends and network with others within your major or those within your field of study. And those individuals will become your professional network for the rest of your career and even for the rest of your life. For example, at Fairmont State, we have over 50 active clubs and organizations. If you want to see a club or organization on campus and there isn't already one in existence, you can start that club, activity, organization with 3 friends and a petition to our Student Government Association, and you'll be off and leading the way in no time. I know with Concord and Shepherd both, it's kind of the same way there, where you kind of map out your own activities and really begin to take shape and really begin to have influence on a college campus. And with the smaller campus atmosphere and environment, it's much easier to do so. So a few more things to think about. Whenever you think about clubs, that can be something, whether it is just a hobby interest that you may have, or whether it's an activity or a club that is specifically related directly to your major. Those are opportunities to really get involved, begin to learn trends and best practices within your industry. As far as activities go, this can be anything from the residence life experience to all the different types of speakers and different types of lecture series and things like that that you can participate in outside the classroom that really kind of bolster or underpin your academic experience and really kind of expose you to a larger worldview. I know that was one of the greatest things for me about college, was really expanding that worldview. I'm a small town guy. I grew up in a very small town in southern West Virginia. So coming to college was one of the greatest things in my life in terms of opening and widening that worldview. Whenever you think about organizations, these could be either honorary organizations, Greek life, sororities, fraternities, but there are also Greek organizations that are related directly to specific majors. And those are often called your honoraries or honorary societies that are specific to your major. And those are different things that you can get involved in directly within your academic area of interest. A really big one for a lot of students is they've played various sports all throughout their high school or even elementary or middle school career. And say, for instance, they don't want to play Division II sports, but they still want to be active and they want to play basketball, or they want to get involved with volleyball or other sports. Those are still very much options on the college campus. outside of the NCAA with intramural and different club sports. We have a really strong club sport rugby program here at Fairmont State for both men and women. There are two separate teams. So really cool opportunities to play. Even they play intercollegiate, meaning that they will travel to other schools, other colleges or universities to play their teams. It's not an NCAA sanctioned event, it's just a club sport, but it's a great way to kind of continue to stay active and stay fit. And we have a student rec center here at Fairmont State that has complete access to all of those different recreational facilities and different sports facilities. A really cool thing about access to labs and other facilities on a college campus is that the smaller you are, the more access you have to those different kind of higher end pieces of equipment and things like that. We'll mention that a little bit in terms of the faculty and class size ratio, but that's also something that's completely relevant to the different clubs, activities, and organizations as well, because you don't have to worry about kind of jockeying for a position for meeting space or anything like that. Our Sustainability Council here at Fairmont State, which is student-led, recently started a community glass recycling program where they operate a glass crusher here on campus where community members can come out and do that. And that's a great opportunity not only to get involved in that process, but also to really take leadership. And that leads into the next thing is that opportunity to engage in different leadership opportunities. And whether you're the leader of the club organization, or whether you're in a smaller class environment or doing small group projects, say for instance, whenever you're in a biology lab of 400 students, you're not going to have the opportunity to do group projects and things like that because the class is simply too large. But whenever you're on a smaller regional college campus, you don't really have to worry about that as much. There are definitely opportunities for you to really see and get engaged with everything that's going on, whether, like I said earlier, whether that's in marching band, whether that's in different music ensembles, or whether that's just in different club sports or intramurals. You have the opportunity to really be a leader and apply all those lessons that you're learning in the classroom, apply them outside the classroom, kind of like a laboratory environment. So I'm going to hand it off for talk about career development and student services.
Absolutely. So, of course, one of the main reasons that you're coming to college is to get a job or go on to graduate school so that you can get a job. We definitely want to take the next couple minutes to talk to you about that. And one of the things that's very important is career services on a small campus. And we have career services offices, but it is not just limited to that office. Your faculty and your staff sponsors help develop and provide you with resources for you to individually develop your professional marketing skills. So I would say at least by your junior year, make sure that the career services office is your friend, but I don't think it's ever too early to start to develop those skills. Some majors will require you to do an internship. And of course, that's wonderful and that's great. But even for those majors that don't require an internship, your faculty advisors, as well as people in the career services office can help you land internships. Sometimes that may be during the regular school year, or it might be during the summer. Sometimes you can work that out so that you're actually also working a job with your internship as well. So definitely always take advantage of that, because that'll pay dividends for you in the end. There are certain protocols that they can go over with you in terms of essay writing, or I should say, resume writing. What if you have a job interview over dinner? You know, what are the things you should order? What should you stay away from? So those are some things that you may not have thought about, but they can make sure that you're fine-tuned on all those points. Of course, study abroad, travel opportunities, honors organizations, those are things that you also have the opportunity to be a part of. And to kind of piggyback on what Will and Chris have said, they give you the opportunity for leadership roles to build your resume, and also social skills, working with other people outside of going to class. So there will be people in your clubs and organizations and faculty and staff sponsors that you may not have had in your academic courses. And so that just broadens your relationships. And as I've always said, life is all about relationships. Those faculty, once again, they're going to be wanting to make sure that you get to the next level successfully, and they're going to check on you even after graduation because you built relationships with them, just like their family members. So, and so anyway, those are, I think those are some of the things that put you in the right posture to be successful and provide you with the resources to make it to that next step successfully and start off on the right foot.
Go ahead and talk about campus location, Will. I was muted there, of course. It's a very bad habit of mine.
Yeah, sure thing. So campus location for all three of our campuses is very important to us. It's one of the things that we value. We're all fairly close and we have similar amenities to offer in terms of campus location and where we're all located in different parts of the state of West Virginia. As Chris mentioned, being in the Eastern Panhandle, Shepherd, we're about an hour and a half away from the DC metro area in Baltimore. Fairmont State's about an hour and a half south of Pittsburgh. Concord's an hour and a half south of our state capital, Charleston, West Virginia, and probably about an hour, 45 minutes away from Roanoke, and about 45 minutes away from Blacksburg, Virginia. So you know where that is, and you can easily find Concord. But all small communities are all interspersed throughout our campuses. And I think it's one thing that we can all speak to is the communities support our colleges all year. So whether they're coming to a sporting event or some type of play, performance, musical performance put on by one of our universities, the community is going to be there. I know in Shepherdstown, we are 2 steps off of the main town and downtown area. So a lot of times you'll see our students there. You'll see students that work downtown. You see students that will just hang out down there all the time. We do, again, provide you some unique locations being in West Virginia, all over 3 different areas of the state. It does 3 different areas of the state. It does provide a lot of outdoor recreation, and it is a 4-season playground, whether you're looking to go skiing, fishing, hunting, hiking, whatever it may be, you can do that in any part of our where we're located. So it's something that we're going to stress. And as Alan mentioned, especially if you're going into the career preparation point, all of these different areas are going to provide you for unique internship opportunities. So whatever your major may be, because of our location, we can provide you some unique opportunities there. And again, I can't stress enough how tied in our communities are to each school. I know, speaking for us, we have a 6,000 seat football stadium. We have about 4,000 undergraduate students, and that football stadium is filled every day, or every game day under normal circumstances. So the community comes out and they support us, support everything that we do. They come out and they watch our students put on plays, put on musical performances. We have an art program. So our students, they have to showcase their art, and our community comes out and supports them as well. So location is important when you're looking at choosing the college or university, and all 3 of our campuses provide a unique location in the state of West Virginia.
Thanks a lot, Will. And next up, we're going to talk about cost and affordability. For a long time, whenever students were thinking about traveling to an out-of-state institution to earn their bachelor's degree, it was often thought that if you're going out of state, it's automatically going to cost more. That's no longer true for many institutions. All 3 of our institutions offer some sort of metro rate or some type of tuition reduction for students who are coming in from out of state. Some of that is tied directly to ACT, SAT, or GPA performance. Others, it's just related directly to where you happen to live. So when you think about managing your cost of college, you have to think about that choice of in-state versus out-of-state, and you really have to compare your costs directly. And what I mean by that is whenever you start looking at the different costs that are related, you'll begin to see a specific theme develop in regard to financial aid, and that based on federal regulation, every institution has to publish their tuition, fee, room, board, books and supply, transportation, and personal cost budgets. So when you start comparing those and cost of living to where you're going to be attending college, you can really start to see how cost really kind of pans out over the 4-year college experience. And that's one of the most important things that I would drive home for all students to do is compare that 4-year cost of attendance. I know sometimes that number can get a little bit big and scary, but you really have to think about managing your costs in terms of your college education being an investment in yourself. Just like with scholarship opportunities, I always encourage students to think about that as seeking business investors. Has your academic performance been to the level where an institution is willing to invest in you, willing to provide you with scholarship opportunities that are going to help defray the cost of the different costs that are associated with attending college, whether that be tuition and fees, or whether that be some type of book or supply stipend, or whether that be some type of housing or meal plan scholarship. All of those different opportunities are there. And the other thing to think about whenever you really start considering going in-state versus out-of-state is how far away from home you want to go. With all three of our institutions, you could be away from home, but still close to home. So whether you're an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours away from one of our campus locations, you can start to think about what it means to go away to college, and helps you kind of gain that independence a little bit earlier in life, rather than staying home and, say, for instance, attending a community college for 2 years. You can travel to one of our out-of-state institutions if you're a Virginia student, and really have that kind of cost competitive advantage when you really start getting down to the what really makes the dollars and cents of a college education, and really begin planning for the long term in seeking those different scholarship opportunities, whether that be through application or whether it be through an automatic award process. For instance, here at Fairmont State, we do offer automatic awards for some students, and then we do offer our general institutional scholarship application for other students. All students are encouraged to apply for scholarships, not only with our institution, but through third-party scholarship sites as well. We always want to make sure that we are encouraged students to look at the financial element of choosing to go away from home, because a lot of times you can go away from home either for the same cost or possibly even lower cost than what you can obtain your degree in your home state. So next up, we're going to talk a little bit more about each of our individual colleges and universities. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off first over to Alan to talk about their visit program, and then ways that you can engage with Concord University throughout the fall semester and throughout the application process.
Absolutely. So thank you, Chris. We are allowing on-campus visitors. So we do individual tours at either 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. And we are limiting those tours to 2 people or 2 students per tour slot. And each student or visitor can have up to 2 guests with them. So if you'd like to come for an individual tour, we would love to have you. We have students here that'll take you on tour for the next few weeks before a Thanksgiving break. Also, we have open house coming up on November the 6th and the 7th. One is for the College of Professional and Liberal Studies. And of course, Saturday, November 7th is for the College of Science, Mathematics, and Health. If you're interested in a program of study that's not covered on the day that's available to you, don't let that stop you from coming to visit. We would absolutely still love to have you, and we can absolutely put you in contact with someone from your program of study after the visit to make sure you have all your questions answered. And then also, if you're still maybe a little uneasy about coming to visit, we totally understand that. We still want to make it as convenient for you as possible, but we do have a Zoom in on CU event this coming Thursday, where we actually you can do it from the comfort of your home, and we take you on an aerial tour of the campus, explain the admissions process and that sort of thing. And just so you know, you can schedule a visit, of course, at the website at the bottom there. It's very simple and easy to do. And also Concord's application process is pretty simple. All you need to do is go on our website and apply. There's no application fee. We are test optional for fall 21. So we would love for you to send your application in and your high school transcript, and we can get the ball rolling for you on your application. We do also offer some scholarships at Concord, which are academic merit based, that we award from the admissions application. So hopefully you're filing FAFSAs, getting that in, getting that taken care of, because once you have been accepted, we can send you then a financial aid award letter after we have received your FAFSA. So that's just a few quick things about Concord, and we may touch on a little bit more of that in a couple minutes. And I'll go ahead and hand it off to, I think it's Chris next. He'll be talking about the visitation process there.
Thanks a lot, Alan. We are very excited to host our fall visitation week. We would traditionally have a very large campus visitation opportunity on a Saturday, but we are offering our Maroon and White week with major exploration sessions. The major exploration sessions are Monday through Friday of that week. We offer a launch session on Sunday evening where we'll kind of unpack the schedule and make sure that all of our participants are able to get as much out of the week as possible. So that way they can really kind of dig in. There's a different academic college here on campus featured each day during Maroon and White Week. So on Monday, we'll be offering sessions through our College of Education, Health and Human Performance. And then on Tuesday is our College of Liberal Arts. On Wednesday is our College of Science and Technology. Thursday is our School of Business and Aviation. And then Friday is our School of Nursing. We offer both daytime sessions as well as an evening session. The daytime sessions are major specific, major or program specific, and then our evening session is just kind of a general wrap up or an overview of all of the majors that are available in each school or college. So we offer some different special interest sessions as well. If you're interested in Army or Air Force ROTC, we do offer both of those on our campus. We have a session for our current seniors in high school for their graduating class year. We will have kind of a trivia session on Saturday afternoon where you can kind of win some prizes and t-shirts and stuff like that that will get out in the mail to you. And of course, all of this is virtual at this point in time, but we will begin offering campus visits very soon. But we also offer every week, we offer our Discover Fairmont State University info sessions, and that is each Tuesday at 5 p.m. You just go to fairmontstate.edu/visit and you can see which sessions are available. We do also offer live chat Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on our website. So if you just have a few very quick questions, you can stop over on our website and get those answered by one of our admissions counselors or one of our student ambassadors, the students who serve as our tour guides here on campus. So we just received word yesterday, actually, that we will be restarting our campus visit program here within the next 2 weeks. You can expect information about that out on our website very soon. We do have a sign up where you can indicate interest in a campus tour to kind of get on our waiting list to get scheduled. We will be offering 5 campus tour slots every day, Monday through Thursday, and then 4 campus tour slots on Friday. But in the meantime, you can come visit us virtually on our video tour, and that's at fairmontstate.edu/video-tour. But you can also access that video as well from fairmontstate.edu/visit, or you can also find us on YouTube. We definitely encourage you to check out our campus and see all that we offer. Fairmont State University, we have about 120-acre campus that is isolated to itself within the city environment. So we are surrounded by neighborhoods on all 4 sides of our campus. We don't have any type of traffic that runs through campus or anything of that nature. It is very, very pedestrian friendly. But especially during this time of COVID, we encourage students to explore our website and learn all they can, and definitely get registered for our Maroon and White Week with the different major exploration sessions that are offered. You can kind of explore a little bit more about your specific major or your area of interest. So, and our application process, we do not charge an application fee. It is free to apply, and encourage you to go to fairmontstate.edu/visit to also link up to the application page there as well. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. Once again, live chat available Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Will.
All right. Thanks, Chris. So we are doing online academic information sessions now, and those are varied by major. So each department is having their own online academic information session. We've been doing those for a few weeks now, and they are going to run through November. If you go on our website and you see that, oh no, you've missed the major that you're interested in, don't worry. We will be posting a video of that so you can see everything that program has to offer. Also, we're doing virtual appointments with admissions counselors. So if you want a one-on-one virtual appointment or an appointment by phone, you can go online to our website in the visit, there's a visit link in the upper right-hand corner of the website. Just click that and it'll bring you to all of this information. We're also doing virtual visits with high schools, so check with your guidance counselor there as well. We're been trying to do as many of those as we can this fall and probably in the spring too. We are hosting campus tours. So we are doing tours at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. So it's a full campus tour. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half. We're doing one family for now. We may open up a few additional slots depending on the amount of how many students want to sign up for those tours. But again, go online to our website, shepherd.edu. And in the upper right-hand corner of our website, there's a visit link. Click that, and it'll bring you to all of this information. We will probably be adding some online information sessions with financial aid and with our office too. So if you have questions about the FAFSA, anything like that, financial aid will have their own dedicated information session. And then we'll do one with our general admission information as well, probably bring in some students and be able to ask them some questions at various points. Also to talk briefly about our application process. So application is very simple. We are test optional as well this fall. So if you don't want to take a standardized test, totally understand. We just need your high school transcript along with our application. We encourage you to send letters of recommendation and a personal statement as well if you want to pass those along. They're not required, but we do encourage you to send them. We have merit-based scholarships as well, so we are requiring a test score for those. So you can take the test as many times as you can. Our merit-based awards start at a 22 on the ACT and 1100 on the SAT, and they vary from $3,000 to $5,000 for out-of-state students. So best place to go for visit information for Shepherd is upper right-hand corner of our website, shepherd.edu, and click the visit link, and you'll be good to go.
All right, thanks a lot, Will. Just a very, very quick kind of hop back. Now that you've learned a little bit more about all three of our institutions, just wanted to kind of hop back here and show you the locations where we are here in the state of West Virginia. Once again, Concord there in the southern part of West Virginia. Shepherd is definitely our easternmost university here in West Virginia. And then Fairmont State, once again, we're located about an hour and a half south of Pittsburgh. So just very, very quick review there. But next I wanted to toss a few questions out to both Will and to Alan to talk a little bit more about the different opportunities that are available. The current trend is that students are applying to more institutions as information becomes more available, especially with COVID-19 this year. The number of applications coming in at universities across the country is a little lower than normal. And what would you encourage students to do if they are considering or shopping around trying to find the institution that's the right fit? Would you encourage them to apply up front? Would you encourage them to wait a little while to make that application? I'm going to go ahead and toss that over to Alan first.
Sure. Yes, I would always encourage students, any institution that you're interested in, definitely go ahead and apply. There's nothing that's going to hurt you in doing that. Now, some institutions may have an application fee, and that's something, of course, that you would have to think about. And, you know, different institutions' fees vary. But if you're serious just thinking about the school, I would go ahead and apply and get that taken care of now, because some schools may have application deadlines. We have rolling admissions at Concord. I believe Fairmont and Shepherd do as well. So there is no application deadline here, but other institutions may have that. So getting that part of the process out of the way now saves you a lot of headache later. And then that way you can make a decision a little bit later on. Sometimes they may have a decision deadline. You may have to let those institutions know by a certain time, but that still should give you plenty of time to at least make a decision between now and whenever that is. And that's usually sometimes around May. You may have to make that decision. You can also, most institutions aren't going to award you scholarships and or give you that financial aid award letter till you've been admitted. So that way, a lot of times you'll be able to see how your numbers line up if you're comparing and contrasting institutions against another institution. You'll need to be accepted for other things in the enrollment and admissions process to take place, so you can have all that information in front of you, so you can make a thoughtful, informed decision.
Great, thanks. Next question is, I'm going to toss this one over to Will. is that sometimes different colleges and universities have majors or programs that do require a separate application. What advice would you give to students who are considering a program that does require a separate application? We have a couple of those programs here at Fairmont State, but interested in what advice you would have for students who are interested in a separate application required major or program.
Well, I think one of the first things that you should do is find out if the school that you're interested in, if that particular program does require a separate application. So Chris said Fairmont has a few and Shepherd has a few as well. One of them that you could apply early for is the nursing program. So we do have a direct admit to nursing program. That application deadline is December 15th. We do have two other programs as well, social work and education, elementary education. Those two programs you can't apply until you're about halfway through your sophomore year to get into those programs to begin that process. So I think the first step is figuring out if the school that you're interested in and that particular program that you're interested in has a specific application deadline. With small schools like ours, most of our programs, you don't have to do any extra steps, which again is a good thing if you're looking at a small regional public university like ours. If you're a chemistry major, biology major, if you want to get into pre-med, there's no separate application to do any of those types of programs. So I think the first step is figuring that out and then figuring out what the requirements are to get into those early application programs. So like our nursing program, we're doing things a little bit differently this year because of the test score options the test options that are available or unavailable because of COVID. So if you have a test score, we will look at that, but we are also going to look at high school GPA, essay, personal statements, letters of recommendation, all of those various types of things. Under normal circumstances, our direct admit to nursing application is at least a 3.5 high school GPA with a 25 ACT and around a 1200 SAT. So figuring out what those requirements are for those programs and figuring out if those specific programs have extra applications or extra steps that you need to complete are very important. And also, if you're a junior or if you're a sophomore, junior in high school, figuring out if you're interested in chemistry or biology, maybe taking an extra class your senior year to try and prepare you for a program, I think is also something to consider. You want to make sure that you're as well prepared for college as you can be.
Very good. So we just have a couple minutes left. So I'm going to toss a quick question out, and we're going to each go around and answer the same question. That is, what are some of the top things that your students say as the reasons why they chose to attend your institution? So whether that be coming in their freshman year or after graduation, what are some things that they say as the reasons why they chose to attend your institution? I'm going to go ahead and toss that to Alan first.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll try to be as quick as possible. So I think students, when they step on campus for a visit, they say that it feels like home. It mirrors the environments that they've come from also. And they connect with the environment and the students and the faculty here very easy. And having the small setting, they get a focused education. And of course, when they leave, when they go to graduate school or to whatever that job is, what they're doing in those first years, especially of grad school, are already things that they covered here at Concord, and they always have a leg up on their peers. So you're exposed to a lot of things on the undergraduate level that a lot of students don't see till grad school. And I think that's one of the reasons that students, when they leave, they say that they were glad that they came to Concord. But in terms of first attending, they feel like it feels like home, and very affordable, a very affordable education, very low student loan debt.
Yeah, and a lot of our students and alumni say the same thing about Fairmont State University, and that the moment they stepped foot on campus, they immediately kind of felt that sense of place, and kind of that sense of belonging. But also one of the biggest things that they say is that the faculty and staff really attracted them and pulled them into their major, and really kind of encouraged them to dream and really think bigger about their specific chosen field of study. So really that individualized attention, and then all the different ways that the faculty can engage students. So that's one of the biggest reasons why students have said that they choose here at Fairmont State. How about you, Will?
Yeah, I'm going to say a lot of similar things to what you guys just said. When you go on a campus visit, you're going to know if it's going to be the right place for you or not. I know from my own experience, I went to one school and I just knew that it wasn't going to work for me. but I went to a couple other schools and I really could see myself there. So the campus visit was really important for, I think that location for our students is another thing that's really important, and then affordability. So you guys all mentioned affordability. You know, Virginia residents are going to be out-of-state students for us, and a lot of our tuition costs compare to a lot of what in-state public schools are. We have a $5,500 Metro scholarship that students get just because they live in Virginia. So affordability and cost, I think that's really important in location for us, close to DC, close to Baltimore, and the job market that they have after they graduate. So
Great. Thanks a lot, Will. And with that, we're going to encourage you to think big, choose small. Come see us in West Virginia. And with that, I'm going to hand it back over to our session host.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me quickly share my screen. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to our presenters. I just wanted to let you know, when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this is one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at stravscan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you will be able to find this session's recording as well as others on the same website. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.